we're back. Confidently wrong. Episode, what, 8?
Yeah, something like that. I think 8.
Hey, nice.
Hey, we
Episode
did it.
8. Episode 8.
Hell yeah.
How you doing, Pat?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I had a weird interaction with a gas station employee last night. It's still bothering me, but I'm doing good.
You fucking up socially again?
No, he's fucking up socially. He does this thing. So he is on the spectrum. So
You think so?
gotta get. Oh no, I know so. But, so I'm hanging out with my girlfriend last night. She goes to bed. I'm up late playing Fallout, and I'm like, you know what? I'm still hungry from dinner. I need a little snack. I go to the gas station around the corner, and it's chained up, and there's a sign on the door that says like "Be back in 10 minutes." And then all these people are showing up to the gas station. They're all getting pissed. They're like, what the fuck? Like, where is he? And we're like, I don't know. Like, the sign says 10 minutes. And then one guy was like, maybe that's just the only sign they have, and it's going to be closed for the rest of the night. And I was like, sure. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? And then, so there's like, everyone in the area kind of like knows the different gas station employees. So like one dude shows up wearing like a fucking trench coat and he's like, it's either the cool guy or the slow guy. And I was like, who's the slow guy? And he's like, it's the guy with Down syndrome. And I was like,
Oh,
all right, man. And then so we're just like waiting, and then like all these dudes, like cars pull up, they're like smoking blunts in the car. They're like, what's going on? We're like, we don't know, maybe 10 minutes, maybe not. And then like the employee comes back, and then the guy who said that was just like, it's the slow guy. And then everyone's just like, that makes sense, it's the slow guy, it's probably taking him a while. And I'm like, dude, what are we doing? And then so there's like this chain and padlock on the door, and then one guy's just like, is there any chance that he forgot that he put the padlock on the door? And I'm like,
no.
I don't know, man. And then yeah, like eventually someone like makes eye contact with him, and then he's like, oh, he did forget to take the padlock off the door.
Aw.
But then we all get in there, and then everyone's just like, it's that guy, like it's fine, like, he's a great guy. But then he does this thing where it's like, whatever you're buying, he'll kind of mock you for it, and then he's like, never come back. And I'm like,
Wait,
okay.
He'll say never come back? Wait, he'll say
That's
you
his
never
thing.
come
Is
back?
like if you buy alcohol, he'll say, don't drink and drive, don't call your ex, never come back. And I'm like, all right, man, have a good night.
He should make t-shirts. That's awesome.
He really should. Yeah, it's a
that.
pretty sick slogan he's got going on.
It
He's a
seems
cool
like
guy.
people come back. Like they're like, wait, like they know the inner workings of this convenience store.
Well, it's also the fact that like there's no choice, you know, because
Right.
it's weird because like Portland's like pretty big, but like everything still closes at 9. So
Right.
you're pretty much fucked. Like if you want like a Cheez-It snack mix after 10:30, you kind of have to go
Wait.
to him.
I thought you were talking about Portland, Maine. Portland, Oregon, everything closes at 9 too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why? What the fuck? Aren't
I don't know. I mean, like, there's some late night stuff, and it's like there's probably more of it just because it's bigger. But yeah, I mean, you can definitely after 9, you're not getting like a lot of the shit. And like the food truck parks, it'll be like 1 or 2 when we open like late. Usually the like Philly cheesesteak one is open late, but everything else pretty much shut down after like 9 or 10.
Jeez, damn.
Yeah,
I feel like you're back in Portland, Maine.
that's right. But I did find a real cool place I got to check out. It's a space themed arcade that has a bar, and there's also a dispensary at the end of the corner. So you can get really high, and then they serve breakfast till 1 a.m. and then you can play games.
That's a dream. That's a Patty wet dream right there, dude.
I came.
That's everything you want in a place.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, we got to go there when I get out there, man. That sounds awesome.
We got to go. Yeah. No,
Just
I walked past it and I was like, when Chris gets out here, we got to go there. And then, yeah, they had dumpling week going on too. So I was like, this
dumpling
place is
week?
paradise, man.
Damn, dumpling day?
Dumpling
No,
week.
dumpling week. A week of dumplings. Damn, were they good dumplings?
Whole ass week of them.
Were they good?
I don't know. It was just like something where it's like all these restaurants are just like they're doing dumplings when they don't normally do dumplings. I saw
whole
the flyer
city's
and I was
doing
like,
dumplings?
whatever.
Whole city's
Citywide
doing dumpling.
The whole city on dumpo mode. That's right.
Damn, they're going dumpo mode. Big
It's
dumps.
pretty cool.
Damn,
They're going
dumps
big
in
dump
Portland.
mode.
Fuck. I
Yeah.
missed dump week, dude. Fuck.
You missed it. Yeah, it ended yesterday. Yesterday was the end of dump week.
We'll have to make our own dump week.
That's right.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
That's right.
Man, is there like a delay? Is there a delay going on here?
There was a delay for a sec. Now it's gone, I think.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Do you,
Cool.
do you still see a delay?
No, I don't. I was, but I think it's resolved. So we're good.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I turned off the Wi-Fi on my phone, so I was hoping that would help.
Okay.
And also,
Sweet.
my girlfriend has left the apartment, so her phone won't be on Wi-Fi.
Oh, cool. Where's she going?
I don't
Taking a
know.
walk?
I don't know. Took a
You
drive
didn't
somewhere.
ask?
Well,
Took a
no,
drive?
we were gonna go explore and go to some part of the city, and I was like, oh, I'll probably be done recording at like 3:30. And then before we started, she was like, what time are you gonna be done? Like probably like 3:40, 3:45. She was like, okay.
Mm.
And then right when I put on my cans, she just left, and I was like, all right.
The cans are on. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fun for me later. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you
sure I'm
two
in
keep
for
your
a fun conversation.
Do you two keep your locations on, or do you not do that?
No, fuck no.
No, I don't do that. Yeah, my ex wanted to do that, and I was like, not that I'm hiding anything, but it's like I don't want you to, And honestly, it's just because I don't want her to know about my weird drives that'll go on.
Yeah,
because I'll just go for a drive.
Yeah, I don't really want anyone knowing my location. I thought that was the whole thing, was to like have, privacy. I don't. Yeah. There's nobody in my life where they're like, share your location. I'd be like, sure. Every single person, I would tell them to no, I'm not doing that.
Right. Yeah, I don't like it at all. And then they immediately think that you're hiding something, but it's like, no, I don't want that. What are you fucking? Are you the government? Huh?
Yeah, well, like I am hiding something. I'm trying to hide everything. You're supposed to not. Like why would I want you to know where I am at all? It's crazy. Right. I'm not trying to hide one thing. I'm trying to hide everything.
Right. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing at Higgins Beach at 10 p.m.? It's like, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm soul searching. Leave me alone. I'm a lost boy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find myself.
Actually, this was really funny. My girlfriend was doing her impression of Elon Musk last night. In the White House. Do you want to see her impression of Elon Musk?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I gotta put the microphone down for a sec.
Oh, is it a recording?
No.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It sounds just like him.
It sounds just like him, dude. That's uncanny.
It's really good.
Does every once in a while does she like tap like because do you see him in the Oval Office with his son, and his son's like,
oh yeah,
every once in a while just like pats him on the head. It's like, hey, stop. This is the one time that we've ever hung out all month. Can you please behave?
Yeah. Well, then we got into like a discussion about it, because apparently like Elon Musk was on a podcast and brought that son. I guess his name is X. So I think we're just done trying with names at this point.
We're done with that.
But yeah, apparently like in the middle of this podcast, he was like, oh yeah, we have to put a tariff so SpaceX can like get funding and do whatever, like something like that. And then she was like, yeah, so like Elon Musk should be like talking about his plans, and then his son's like repeating them. But I was kind of like, that seems weird to me, right? To like, if you talk about like this is what we're doing public facing, but then here's the secret evil plan, and they're like, someone will be like, hey, why are you sure you want your little 6-year-old son in here? And he's like, he's fine. And then just like repeats it. But it's like, I feel like just someone just like messaged him and was like, hey, say this on the podcast, like it kind of. I would be hesitant to believe that he's so stupid that he's talking about his secret plans with his son there. But yeah, someone's just on a podcast being like, yeah, we need to do this so that SpaceX can like do whatever they want. Where it's like, also, what does that mean? What is
right? Well, it seems like even like the president doesn't know what a fucking tariff is. Like I don't know what tariff is. He doesn't know what I don't know what any of this shit is. And like I remember he kept saying like, oh, it's a tax on the exporter, and everyone's like, no, it's a tax on the importer. He's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's like, what is it then? I don't know. Yeah. It is. It absolutely is.
Because that doesn't make any sense. Because if you were in business and then you found someone in a foreign country to be like, hey, I want to sell you this stuff. They need it. And then they're like, okay, there's a tax that has to be paid. We were thinking you would pay that. Who would ever be like, sure? No, they'd be like, no, you need my stuff. You pay. Like, Yeah, any tariff is on the importer. But that's the other thing is just like, I didn't know what that meant. And then I heard about that and I looked up tariffs. And within 5 minutes, I was like, I feel like I know what tariffs are. And it's not what they seem to think it is. And also like this fucking, we can't just make all of our stuff and expect that to like work out well. Like I got a sweatshirt. Like I got a crew neck sweatshirt made in America for Christmas. It was $130.
Yeah.
That's not, how is that going to work?
Yeah.
How is that ever going to work?
Dad kept talking about it like that's like a positive thing. So, I'm willing to pay like $80 more than I need to because it's American made. It's like, do you not see how that's fucking insane? like not everyone has $80 just to throw around for a boring sweater.
Yeah.
It's not even like a...
Yeah. Like it's literally something I could have gotten at any other store made by a slave for $15, which like, hey, do I like that? No, but there has to be some sort of middle ground, Like you can't just be like, we're going to make everything American made. And it's also like, I don't want to work in the fucking clothing factory. I don't think anyone in America wants to work in the fucking clothing factory. Man. They're not going to do it. And then they're going to be like, well, all right.
It just sucks that like we fucking like they made all these fucking robots and AI and all we can do is just make shitty Drake covers instead of making like fucking sweaters.
No, it's ridiculous. Well, dude, I was like walking past like a parking garage last week and they had the parking garage security was a drone. It was just a giant robot. It kind of looked like one of those like robo mines from Fallout. You know those things? Oh, it was like one of those just like zooming around. I was like, dude, if I wanted to do crime, I would just push this over. Like there's no
just shove it over.
It doesn't have a gun. It's not gonna stop me.
Have you been seeing those robot dogs with the fucking mounted turrets on it though?
No, but I immediately don't like it.
Yeah, that's scary. Fucking Boston Dynamics, dude.
Oh, now they're doing weapons.
Apparently, that could also just be like an AI generated, totally made up thing. I don't know, man. Yeah. I think it's better to be stupid about this shit. Like just don't know any of this stuff. Like
I'm pretty scared for when they make Southie Dynamics and it's robots that are all doing racially motivated crimes.
Yeah, all the dogs are targeting Vietnamese men.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's scary.
It's the Mach. The Mach 1.
The Mach 1. We made this fucking robot dog and go fucking Mach 4 in 3 fucking seconds, pal.
Wait, it's a dog with a gun? What? That's a fucking dog with a gun? Look, hey, it's a fucking dog with a gun.
Did you ever see that interview where they had who's that? It was like that older guy with like glasses and like a beard. He was like real serious. He did Inside the Actor's Studio. And they had Mark Wahlberg on, and he clearly thought it was going to be like a softball interview. And then he's like, first question, in 19-something, you assaulted a Southeast Asian man. Why did you do that? And he's like, Four Brothers coming out this December.
Yeah, Ted 2.
Ted 2 coming out. But it was like in the 90s where it's like he really... Like, I don't know. I don't really know like how the general person feels about Mark Wahlberg,
I think they like him.
I think they like him. I mean, Ted was funny. I don't fucking know.
Ted was funny. Yeah, it's so crazy good. How we just forget about that stuff.
Oh yeah, immediately. Totally. Yeah.
It's like there's other guys from Boston. I don't know. I'm sure they've all done horrible things. I feel like if you grew up in Boston, you probably did something bad at some point.
Well, also like I don't know that I kind of feel like people kind of give like unfair hate to like Ben Affleck because they're like he keeps getting divorced, he keeps cheating, he has like a shitty back tattoo. And it's like, dude, he's from Boston. He's a god. If you look at him like a Boston guy, he's King Arthur for Boston people. He's a fucking. He's just an idiot with a dumb back tattoo who has not only had sex with, has married just women miles out of his league and then cheats on them. That's a legend in Boston. That's right. He's a god almost. He's a demigod.
people probably shit on him because he doesn't do hate crimes. They're like, you're from Boston, do a hate crime. What?
Yeah,
Stop also, dating J-Lo.
Especially, it's annoying when like he just didn't do any hate crimes, and then like his friend is just he like I feel like Mark Wahlberg now is kind of like he's like the hero guy. Like he's he does like Transformers, the fucking Boston Marathon bombing movie. Like he gets to be the hero, and Ben Affleck's just like the drunk from Southie,
Yeah. He like there's a movie. He's like a basketball coach. He, like hits a kid with his car and kills him. It's like
dude,
it's never.
Dude, have you seen that movie, the Way Back, that he's in?
No.
He's literally in a movie where he is an alcoholic former high school basketball player, and then like his high school is just like, we need someone to coach the team. You're the best player we ever had. You have to do it. And then he agrees to do it, and then just gets hammered, and like I think he gets in like a drunk driving accident. But it's like he goes to jail, he gets out, and then like by the end of the movie, he's not even back to coaching. Like he's still just a drunk who got fired.
It's like a happy ending right there.
Yeah, but like he's playing characters that like he's just playing different guys who he'd be if he didn't make Good Will Hunting,
Right.
Like he's just
Well,
he's just being who he would have been.
He didn't make that. Didn't Matt Damon write that whole fucking thing though? I don't think he did any of it.
I don't know. Well, actually, okay, so I know that so Matt Damon like had the idea for the movie, but like here's the other thing. This is how you can tell that they're both just fucking Southie morons. Matt Damon wrote Good Will Hunting with him as a spy. He wrote that as him becoming a spy and not just a guy who's good at math. Like in his head, he was like, there's this genius. He's from Southie and he's gonna be a spy. He's gonna be a secret agent.
Well, also he wrote that for it was like his senior like filmmaking class, and it was only supposed to be like a 3 to 4 page like short film. And this fucking like coked out Southie idiot wrote like fucking 55 page screenplay about him. Yeah, being like a just like you just get drunk and you're like good at everything all of a sudden, and now you're like a secret agent. It's fucking
I mean, like literally, like because there's that scene where they're in the bar, and then like there's like that guy like flexing his knowledge on Ben Affleck, and then Matt Damon comes. It was like he just read the book. He just read the book that you're talking about and recognize. Like if you just quoted a book that everyone had read, everyone will be able to be like, you're just quoting that book. Like that's all he's doing. Like, it's stupid. Also, speaking of books, I finally finished a book for the first time in like 8 years.
Oh, did you? I like how we're talking about all these Southie idiots. Like I don't read ever. Southie idiots.
I finished a book for the first time in like a fucking decade.
What was the book? What'd you read?
Blood Meridian. I finally finished Blood Meridian.
Oh, that's a cheerful, happy-go-lucky, good time.
Funny you say that. It's not. It's actually a little bit sad.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I heard that movie is like you cannot make a movie about it because it's just too fucked up. Like it's unfilmable. Do you agree with that assessment?
Oh, 100%. I don't like. I think if I was on 4chan, it would be different. But I have never read the N-word so much. Like it's
my God.
There's a lot of the N-word. It's like, but also it's one of those books where it's like you read it and you're like, oh, that was pretty cool, and then like you hear how like smart people talk about it, and you're like, sure, I didn't really pick up on any of that at all, but yeah, totally.
Oh man, that reminds me of that. Like we took like an avant-garde film class in college, and like it was like half grad students and half undergrads. So like they're like talking about like, oh yeah, no, this film, it explores the patriarchal box that we put women in, and like just whatever, all this like high-minded stuff, and where it's like, yeah, I thought the lights were pretty.
Well, that was also, to be fair, we had like screenings. I think it was like Tuesday, like 8:30. We just got high for like every single one of them.
We would
we'd get super high. We'd usually get snacks, and then we'd sit in the screen. And I remember there was just a gorgeous woman in the class with us, and I remember like she clearly was like really into like this one guy in the class. And there was like a few times where I'm like, man, why is she into me? Why isn't she into the guy with like peanut butter Rice Krispie on his face, like stoned out of his mind at the movie screen?
Why is she into the guy dozing off? dozing off in the back of the screening room.
Why is he the guy that smells like weed and is sleeping?
You're like loudly opening a bag of like Jolly Rancher gummies.
Oh yeah, I multiple times I smelled like weed opening snacks.
It's a film class. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, fuck you guys. It's fucking Tuesday night at 8. Yeah. What did you think I was doing?
I'm paying $60,000 to study movies. I think I can get a little bit high if I want to.
Well, that's what was like. That's why I was just so fucking stupid in college, was because I was like, if I could get through a class without buying the textbook and without doing all of the work I was supposed to do and still pass, I was like, I scammed them. Where it's like, no, they took $6,000 from me. I think they scammed me, you know?
Right.
But it's just so stupid to be like, oh, I made it through without really learning anything. I won. Where it's like, no, you didn't, you fucking moron.
Oh, man. Money well spent, dude.
That's right.
Money well
dude,
spent.
I think after sophomore year, I didn't buy any textbooks, and I was just like, I graduated, but it's like, all right, cool. You didn't fucking learn anything.
You learned how to bullshit. That's a pretty good skill to have.
Dude, I remember I took an English class on like science fiction, and I thought I had the same TA as my friend who was in the class, but we were in like different sections. So I had like Friday morning, and I remember I was like, you know, we'd go, it's like college, like we'd go out Thursday night, and I would be like, I don't want to fucking be at class at 9 a.m. on Friday morning after I go out. And then my friend who was in the class was like, oh, just don't. Like, if you skip 6 of them, they start dinging your grade, but it's only like 2 points every time you miss after like 6 misses. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I'm obviously not going to go. And then like I missed a few of them. And then my TA emailed me and was like, hey, you failed the class. Like, you missed more than you were supposed to. And I was like, well, that's not good. And I was like, also, my TA is not the person that I thought it was. And then, yeah, like I
didn't even know who the TA was.
I like met him, but I was like, this must just be the same guy. And then, yeah, he emailed me and he was like, yeah, you failed. And I checked the syllabus. I was like, oh, this is a completely different syllabus. And it was like, if you miss more than 3, you fail the class. And I was like, fuck. And then I looked through my email. I was like, you didn't email. He was like, yeah, I emailed you when you had one more miss before you failed, and you missed again, so I failed you. And I was like, you didn't email me. And he was like, all right, yeah, I checked, and I must have forgotten to email you. So if you miss any more, then you fail, but you do get one more chance. I won't fail you yet. And then, yeah, like I made it to all of them, fucking got an A in the class, and I was like, fuck you, Will.
Nice.
I'm not gonna.
It was just doxed his TA.
But no, I remember the thing about him was like, you ever like hear someone talk and like they tell a story and they don't realize how much that story says about themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was like, so it was post-human science fiction. So there was like a lot of stories involving like dolls or whatever, just because that's part of it, because they're freaks. But he was reading the story and it had like a doll, and he was like, and I like, here's my personal connection. I remember when I was in high school, when I was a senior, I was dating this girl, and her entire bedroom was lined with dolls. She had like one of those beds with like, you know, like the wooden frame above, and the entire thing was covered in dolls. And you just said it, and I was like, bro, don't tell people you're dating the doll woman. Don't just don't tell. Yeah. Either that was a child or you're dating the grown woman doll person.
Right. Either way, you are taking advantage of a person, and you need to stop.
Yeah. You need to stop dating doll girls.
Oh boy.
Hey, call girls, fine. Doll girls, stay away.
Get them out of here. Get them away. Damn. I remember there was one screening for that avant-garde club. There was like a horror movie screening, like an abstract horror movie.
Yeah.
And me and my friend Bailey, we like took like mushrooms that were like, and I was texting, was like, should we go to the screening? Like, I don't know. Like, nah, we took some psychedelics. Let's skip the horror movie screening. And then I texted you. I was like, hey, like, did we make the right call? And you just said you would have been wrecked if you went to this movie.
Yeah. Well, wait, did you ever watch that movie after?
No.
Okay, so what it was it was a 35-minute movie, and it was either The Exorcist or something else. But so what it was so once you see the entire video, it's a woman in her house and then someone breaks into the house and kills her. But what they did was they just chopped it like back and forth, so it'd be like you see the same 3 seconds of the video played like back to back to back rapidly. So it was like you're seeing the whole video in it was like choppy, like back and like it's hard to explain, but it's like they just took the film and like manipulated it to make it like if you had epilepsy, like you would get a seizure. Like it was just chopped like the same 2 to 3 seconds, just again and again and again and again and again, and then like you're slowly playing through the whole video. Like it would have terrified you.
Really? Yeah, that sounds like something they'd show at like an MK Ultra experiment. Like that's like literally what they use to drive people crazy.
Yeah, like because that was what was so funny about it was like you could not have a worse video to see by 1 second. Like it's almost like
literally.
Yeah, it was like you almost went to the video designed to like break your mind.
Like basically that's what they showed Charles Manson after force feeding him acid.
Like, it would be like if you went to class and they're like, today we're working with the machine that kills you. You know, they're like, today we're playing the video that hurts you in your specific situation.
Oh man,
I hope everyone's okay. Today we're playing. It's a movie called "The Movie That Kills Anyone on Mushrooms."
The movie that irreparably, I can't talk, but irreversibly damages you. Forever.
But I did want to give an update on the pod. Bella the cat has unfortunately passed away. She's so dead,
sorry, man.
She's fucking dead.
Pour one out for Miss Bella.
Pour a little bit of lean out for little Miss Bella.
That's right.
But yeah, so I've never had to like be there for the putting out of an animal that's like my, like it's my animal. It was weird. It was a weird situation. So yeah, so like she had declined like very rapidly since the last time we recorded, and then we just made the call. We were like, yeah, like she's just not there anymore. And then we were like, I mean, even if we did the tests, anyway, this is just sad. But basically, we were like, we're kind of in a box here. We're gonna have to. But we take her. So I call the vet. They're like, okay, I tell them the situation. They're like, all right, so do you want to do euthanasia? And I was like, yeah, I think we got to do that. Like everyone's crying, everyone's sad or whatever. Then we take her there, and then there's just this fucking dumb bitch vet tech with like stupid tattoos on her arms. She's just like, I have to tell her the whole situation again. And so I'm like, yeah, like she's barely moving. She's barely keeping her eyes open. She hasn't eaten for days. Like, I don't think she's going to survive much longer. She's like, okay. So do you want to do like diagnostics, or are you trying to like euthanasia? And I was like, yeah, euthanasia.
Did they not tell you what?
Yeah, exactly.
Did they not tell her?
And then yeah, so then like the vet comes in, and I have to tell her the same thing again. She's like, yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think even if we did the test, like, I don't think she'd be around like long enough. I think you're making the right call. And I was like, you want to tell your fucking dumbass vet tech with a bad attitude that? Like, what the fuck?
Was she acting like you're killing the cat or something? Like, was she had an attitude?
She had a bad attitude, I gotta say. And it was like, part of me was kind of like, that you're the first person we see when we're coming to like kill our animal, right? Like you can't have you know what? If you want to have a dumb tattoo that says Michael on your forearm in dumb font, that's your business. If I come to you to kill my cat, have a nice attitude, you fucking idiot.
You're having a tough day.
Yeah. And so then it's like, yeah, so they wrap her up in a blanket, they put an IV in there, and then they're like, hey, so we're gonna put like a sedative in there. I just want to let you know, with cats with kidney issues, the sedative might be enough to like. And I was like, okay, cool, like let's do it. And then she's like, all right, my vet texting me, like, the fucking dumbass, whatever her fucking name is with the tattoo, she's gonna do it. And I'm like, all right. And so she comes back in and gives me the cat. They give the sedative. She's then they kill her. And then but so Bella would always, she threw up a lot. That was like one of her character traits. They're like, take as much time as you need. We get up to leave. She has thrown up all over me, like secretly. And I'm not kidding. It is the worst smelling thing it was crazy how bad it smelled. We were like, because we're all like sad and we're like looking at her and everything. And then it's like, oh, this room, we need to leave. Like this, like we left not because of we had finally like made our peace. We left because the room smelled so bad, and then we had to drive home with all the windows down just because whatever she laid out smelled so fucking bad.
Oh man,
yeah.
One for the road, huh?
That's right, one for the road. But no, she was a good cat. She was old. It happens.
Yeah. I I had some jokes at your expense the night that I found out at the open mic. Yeah, I was like, man, it's hard enough to put down a cat, but to make him do it 9 times, it's just a lot.
Oh, also, I did want to say it was incredible. I was really showing your full powers of gossiping when the cat died.
What do you mean?
Because you called, like I texted you being like, oh, we had to put down Bella. You call me. We get off the phone. Within 2 minutes, Garrett texted me. So I'm like, okay, so you just immediately got off the phone and told Garrett. And then you're like, then like 10 minutes later, you're like, hey, Casey's going to text you. I did tell him. And I was like, who? Like, what? You're on a fucking like Mean Girls like group call, and then like I call my dad because I'm like, I should tell him, and he's like, yeah, I just got off the phone with your brother. I heard what happened. I was like, what the fuck? He told just how quickly you told everyone was just incredible.
You know, that's I was actively texting Garrett, found out the news, thought he should know. Casey, I was like, well, you know, this sucks. I'm sad. And then I wanted Dad to check up on you. I'm looking out for you, man.
I didn't care. It was just like the speed that you worked was impressive.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh shit.
Ooh, well, we got news.
On that note. Oh, one more quick
on
cat joke, though. It was like, Pat had to put down his cat today. Here I was thinking it'd be curiosity that would get her, but turns out it was Pat.
Not bad.
Let's check in on Reddit. Let's check in on Reddit,
folks. All right.
What you got?
Here we go.
Us,
We're going to check in on Reddit. First of all, sorry, Pat, that I played my part in that whole delivery of the news of the cat passing.
Oh, that
just
is
wanted
okay.
to throw that out there.
I just thought it was very funny how quickly he operated.
I was like, oh shit, I need to talk to him right away. I don't want to like forget about this. I don't want to let it wait. But anyway, we are going to be checking in on Reddit. We've got some more Am I the Assholes to go through. So let's get right into that. So our first one, I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. That's the wrong one. That is not the one I want to share. Here we go. This one is, am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband because he added pee to my food?
I'm gonna say yeah. We're gonna read it,
shit.
but I'm gonna say you're not the asshole.
Shooting from the hip. Shooting from the hip, I would say you're not the asshole. But
in fact, it's insane. It's insane that you even need to ask. But we'll go ahead and read whatever the fuck's going on here. But if you have to wonder, okay. Anyways, do you want to read this or should I read it, Pat?
I can read it, but I do need it zoomed in a little bit. I'm on a very tiny monitor. Okay, so I don't know if I'm losing it or what, but 32 female, been married to my husband, 36 male for 4 years, and I don't know who the fuck I married anymore. So he's always had this weird fetish he told me about where he wanted to pee on my face during sex, and I was like, no, just no. Never been into that shit. He asked a few times. I always shut it down. He never pushed it, so I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. A few months ago, I started noticing my food tasting weird. Not bad, not like bad, like rotten, but just off. Like my overnight oats, my yogurt bowls, sometimes my brewed coffee. I thought maybe the fridge was fucking up, but everything else was fine. I threw out so much shit thinking it was spoiled, but then it kept happening. But here's the thing. I never got sick. No stomach aches, no nothing. So I started thinking maybe he was like poisoning me slowly or I don't know, trying to drug me or something. But it wasn't even making me sick. So it made no sense. I was just stressed as fuck. Also, like, why would he drug me? He's always loving, so it wasn't making sense. told my friend about it, and she was like, you need to put a camera on the fridge just in case, because it's just him and I living alone. Only other person coming over is our mom sometimes. So I did put the camera because I was losing my brain. Got a tiny one from Amazon, set it up, waited. Shout out Amazon. This man, my husband, peeing in my overnight oats and my brewed coffee. Took the lid off, peed, put the lid back, shook it, put it back in the fridge like nothing happened. I thought I was going to throw up right there. I lost it. I went full psycho. I broke his PS5. Well, I don't know whose side I'm on now. His TV, threw his clothes outside in the snow, messed up his shoes, everything. He came home and I just screamed at him. He started crying, begging, saying it was his fetish and he thought it was a way to do it without me knowing. Like, what the fuck? Like, does he think that makes it better? He said he will go to therapy. We put cameras all over the house. He'll never do it again. Was saying we took vows and we have to work through this.
It's so insane to me that like this person is like typing something on Reddit instead of calling the fucking police. Like, like, you really need us to tell you that you're not the ass? Am I the ass? That's a question. Am I being an asshole here? This guy pissing. It's like, dude, have a fucking backbone. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to seem like a jerk, but I think my husband pissing in my. It's also just like, it's just so funny to me. Like, so let's say like you're this guy, right? Like you're someone who's really into piss. You got married. You thought maybe she'd get into piss. You thought maybe you could turn her into being someone who's into piss. It's just not working out. So you're like, okay, I gotta bite the bullet. I gotta start secretly peeing into her stuff so I get what I want. And then she catches you. Don't you just cut and run at that point? Like, could you imagine being like, put cameras anywhere? I don't care. Just put them all over and we'll make this work. Like, it's over.
God.
It's fun. No, it's over. It's done. You lost. You got caught.
Yeah. No. Like, what's these people think therapy is going to fix no, like that's it. I mean, unless you're like living in a place where you have cameras in every single party. How could you ever trust this guy again?
Yeah, exactly. Because I see that there's this guy who comes up on my TikTok sometimes, and he's like a recovered alcoholic, but he does these videos where it's like POV, you're trying to hide like liquor from your spouse or whatever. So it'd be like he's just always like a weird breakfast on his table, and he's like, guess where I hid the 3 shots of vodka or whatever. It's always like he's got an orange and then he's cut it in half and it's filled with vodka and then he like puts it in his bottle. But it's always just like, no, like I don't have any liquor. It's just weird, contrived like bullshit. But it's like, that's bad enough. Could you imagine your wife every day for 6 years being like, "Did you put any piss in this?"
Right.
I'm gonna have this. Did you piss in the pancake batter?
Right.
And you just have to like constantly being like, "I'm done with that. I don't do that anymore."
Or like making like weird like stabs at each other, like out at dinner with friends. Like, oh yeah, this lo mein's pretty good. Yeah, gosh, I sure hope no one pissed in it. And just like look at him. They think it's like a weird joke. It's like, oh, here's a funny story. Yeah, he used to pee in my oats. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, this is over.
Like, it's bad enough if it was just like, yeah, you're like out to dinner with your partner and they're like, oh, did you know that like I pay rent and all the bills for us? And then everyone being like, But imagine just being like, do you know that he used to piss in all of my oats and food and yogurt?
Right. Also, like, do these people have no friends? Like this person, it's like she told me you texted your friend. It's like, okay, why don't you send another follow-up text?
Yeah.
Like, hey, check your
Get
cameras.
my last text. Yeah.
Am I the asshole here? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
like imagine you're talking to your friend and you're like, yeah, like I don't know, like she's great and like things are fine day to day, but like she just keeps pissing in all of my food and then hiding it, and I got a camera for the we made a camera for the fridge. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Also, how didn't you not notice the camera in the fridge? Like,
yeah,
you must have just been really fixated on the piss. What do you keep looking at? Someone in your house or something? Did someone break in?
No, sorry. There's weird stuff going on my street, so I keep seeing
what's happening.
Well, so it snowed here the last couple of days, so people were like sledding. They were like sledding down the road when there was snow on it, and then now all the snow is melted. But then some kids came by and they looked like they were going to sled. But now there's no more snow, so I just kept looking over to see if they were actually going to try to sled. But I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to pull it off. Sled. Damn. Yeah, but that was the other thing that was crazy was so like it snowed And then it was like the whole city shut down. And then I just kept being like, oh, that's so crazy that it snowed here. And then my girlfriend was like, it snows here. Like, not super often, but like it definitely snows here. And I was like, oh, when are they going to plow the roads? They don't have any plows. Like, they don't pay anyone to plow. There's no plows. No one salts the roads. And I was like, but it does snow here. And she was like, yes. I'm like, so they just know that this is going to happen and just don't. It was just the whole city was just shut down for like 2 days because of 2 inches of snow.
Jesus Christ.
Like, school got canceled. She got off of work for like 3 days.
Damn. I didn't realize it just stops everything like that. Damn. Well, okay. They're the asshole. Or no, she's not the asshole.
Yeah,
the husband's the asshole. Divorce him.
The asshole.
Divorce him. It's crazy that you have to ask.
Yeah.
What else? What else do you got for us, Garrett?
Yeah. All right. Here's our next one. This is a Am I the Asshole themed episode today.
Ooh.
So Pat, if you want to tackle this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, no, Pat, you read the last one, right?
I did read the last one.
All right, Chris, it's your turn.
Okay. Posting for a friend who isn't on Reddit. Okay, I want you to talk to your friend and answer the question for them. Me, 39F, and my husband, 44M, are currently looking for a new home after outgrowing our current starter home. We live in a suburb of a major metropolitan area. I'm an architect and he's an attorney. Ideally, we're looking for a home that has some good bones, but we can renovate to our taste since I'm an architect and we have friends who work in the trades. Long story short, we toured a house 2 weeks ago that I thought may be a good fit, but there was a lot that needed to be changed and updated. But for the price listed, I thought that it would be something we wanted to pursue. Flash forward about 4 days. And I get a text from one of my friends asking if I'd seen this with a link to an Instagram reel from a local mommy influencer. What's a mommy influencer? Is that like a mom that's an influencer, or is that like a sexual thing?
No, like tips on being a good mom.
Oh, okay. I hear mommy and I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
Don't call your actual mom mommy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I click on it and it's a security camera video of my husband and I walking through the home on a tour with our realtor, and she's taken all the clips where I was talking about things that I didn't like or what I would change and splice it up so it looks like I'm being highly critical of her home. The rest of the video is her saying that she would never sell to us because we are mean and nasty people. Our faces are clearly visible in the videos, I might add. My husband drafted up a cease and desist letter yesterday threatening legal action unless she removes the video, and now she's blasting us all over town to Kingdom Come with her little army of mommy trolls on my husband's law firm's social media account and my firm's website. Mind you, I'm the owner of my firm, so it doesn't make a difference for me, but it does for my husband. She hasn't taken down the video yet, and we are fully prepared to take her to court if she doesn't. My realtor is extremely embarrassed and said that the other realtor is embarrassed as well. Needless to say, we are not pursuing her house anymore and are taking a pause while we deal with this. Two of our friends said we should have just tried to ride it out and let it pass because this type of thing always does. But I just could not let her do this. Am I the asshole? Again, it's like, have a fucking backbone. Like, this one I can understand though, because it's like if you enter the realm of just a completely insane person, like your idea of what's normal is like warped now. So this one I understand because it's like you've entered the dojo of an absolute fucking psycho.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my only thing is like, if you think about it, is like, yeah, she's a fucking 35-year-old mommy influencer. Like, obviously she's going to scrape for whatever she can get, but it's like, yeah, just blur out the faces and you would have been fine. So like, I'm completely fine with this influencer, like posting this shit because yeah, being an influencer is an absolutely pathetic thing. You're a bottom of the barrel piece of scum. Your life intrinsically has no value anymore because you've debased yourself. But yeah, if you want to post that, people touring your house, trying to buy it, trying to give you money and you want to fuck them over, that's fine. You're going to hell when you die anyway. There's really nothing. You'll never even get a taste of paradise. You are worth nothing in any of the realms, and there's many of them. But yeah, like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, like, just blur out their faces. And if you get a cease and desist and you don't do either of that, you're going to get sued. You're not the asshole for doing that. I would say the mommy influencer, if you're listening to this, I would really take a hard look in the mirror at what you're doing to yourself and the people around you.
Well, like, what did she say about the? I want to know what she said about the house. Like, was she like, yeah, everything's caked in shit. Like all the wall outlets have shit. Like, what is she? Like, oh, the wallpaper. I want to change the wallpaper. Like, is that really so bad that you have to fucking like try to dox this person because they didn't like your wallpaper?
Well, I mean that's the only thing I will say is just like, yeah, if you make a if they're able to cut like a compilation of bad things you said about the house together, it's like, yeah, why do you want to buy this house that you have that much bad shit to say about? But it's also like, yeah, because yeah, like the wife in this, I think, is older than the influencer. So it's like, yeah, you want to buy like a shitty house and turn it around. Maybe ask yourself why this woman has so much bad shit about your house to point out, you know? Like, I've never been in a house where like you could make a compilation of me saying bad stuff about it, you know? Like the only thing I would say is like, oh, the bathroom smells weird. Like that's the only thing I could say.
Right. I mean,
So maybe
people flip houses
maybe you
all
did
the time.
A bad design, yeah. But also, yeah, like if you're a 35-year-old mommy influencer and someone's coming out and just teeing off on your house, then I don't know, maybe fix up your house. And then yeah, saying like, oh, like I would never sell to them. It's like, yeah, fix up your house.
I'm still not clear what a mommy influencer is. It's just she has an army of mommy trolls.
It's like, oh, I have a new haul of like maternity clothes or whatever. It's like, here's the best moo to breastfeed in. I assume that's what it is.
I'm just picturing like these moms like taking a break from like breastfeeding to like send just hate mail to this fucking person. Like aren't you busy? Like why are you just is this one of these people? Oh, this is just in general. It's not this actual influencer. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if we did some research, we could probably find her. But yeah, they're like,
but
they're just hot using moms who give mom tips.
Yeah, just using their kids as fucking props and shit.
Or being like, oh, look at me, like I have abs and I had like 3 kids. Like you should buy whatever food I'm eating. It's the same shit as like anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, you should try to do stand-up comedy.
I don't know, like yes, honestly, stand-up is a better endeavor than being a fucking mommy influencer. Like,
oh yeah,
just influence. You know,
yeah.
What else? What else?
You got anything else for us, Garrett? We hate influencers here.
Yeah, I hate influencers.
We got one more. Let me share this one, and then if Pat, you want to read this, be my guest. All right, here you go.
All right. Am I the asshole for threatening to leave my own birthday party because people keep trying to smash my face into a cake? Hey, y'all, I need some perspective on this. Am I the asshole for threatening to leave my own birthday party because my friends and family won't respect the one thing I've asked for my entire life, not to have cake thrown at me or my face shoved into it? For context, I love my friends and family. Most of my friends are from Guatemala, but I am not. Okay. Here, they have a tradition where while blowing out the candles, they push the birthday person's face into the cake. I hate this. I've seen accidents, skewers in cake, piercing faces, concussions, broken noses from hitting the bottom board or table. Beyond that, I just find it incredibly disrespectful to have anything thrown in my face. I've never done this to others, and I always ask to not have it done to me. I don't care if they do it to each other, but I don't engage. Despite this, my parents have been pressuring me for 6 years to just go along with it because it's their culture. My stance is simple. I don't do it to them, and I don't mind them doing it among themselves. So why should I be forced into something I don't want? Every year I've dodged it, refusing to get near the cake. Tackling one of their attackers to the ground, whatever it takes. I've asked nicely, but it never works. So this year, like last year, I made it clear if they try, I will leave. They can keep partying, but I'm out. Now they're mad at me for threatening them. And honestly, this is exactly why I hate when people acknowledge my birthday or try to celebrate it. I've gotten to a point where I'd rather not have a party at all than deal with this nonsense every year. I don't want gifts. I don't want anything extravagant. I just want to enjoy time with my friends without getting hurt or disrespected. Is it really too much to ask for one small boundary on my birthday? Am I being unreasonable? Yes, you are being unreasonable. It is having cake in your face for 2 seconds. You're being a freak about it, and that is making everyone in your life want to push your face into cake because you're being a fucking freak about it.
I was a little bit on their side until they said I've seen concussions and broken nose. It's like, bitch, no, you didn't. Stop.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I will say there are times where like they do put skewers in cakes, but that's when you have like a 6-layer cake. That's like we need to put some. That's like a wedding cake thing. That's not. No one's taking the Costco birthday cake for you and putting skewers in it, and then no one's getting concussions or broken. That's insane. And also, it's like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe you don't like it, but it's also a thing where it's like maybe what you should not do is constantly talk about it and ask people not to do it to you, because there's nothing funnier than just doing the thing that someone has been like, whatever you do, don't put my face in this birthday cake.
Yeah. Doing this one thing will really set me off. Don't do it.
Well, dude, I remember so I used to work at this restaurant in Madison when I was in like my senior year of college, and they had this tradition where whenever someone left the restaurant on their last day, they would, smash like a thing of whipped cream in their, like a pie tin with whipped cream in their face. And they did that to me. And I remember I was annoyed because like they found an elaborate way to get my glasses off, but didn't find a way to get the hat that I was wearing off. So I was like, guys, you got fucking like whipped cream on my hat. But it wasn't like I was like, I'm going to leave. I'm done working here now. Like I finished my shift. There's no, what's the problem?
Right. It's also like, okay, you don't like having cake in your face. Well, are you going to like blowing out the candles by yourself in a fucking empty room with no one there? Like, is that are you going to be happier doing that? Then you're going to start shoving your own face in the cake because you just miss them so much.
Well, it's also like, I mean, maybe I missed it when I was reading, but it doesn't sound like these are all surprise parties. It sounds like you still want a birthday party, but you want to set rules about what people do with the, like, just calm down. It's fine.
Yeah. Chill out. Relax. I like how they're like in italics, I'm not from Guatemala. Okay. It's like, what?
Like, in Guatemala, they always shove people's faces into cakes. I don't think that's true.
Right. It's like, try having a birthday party by yourself. All right.
Yeah.
see how much.
But it also,
see how much you like it.
It does seem nice to like be able to kind of be like, just a thing that I want to do is be like, it's what we do. It's what we do where we're from. It'd be like, oh, we're from Texas. We always gun someone down on her birthday.
Yeah, it's tradition.
It's
our culture.
Do. It's Teja culture. We always shoot someone with a revolver.
That's right. Yeah, I do like that. Like, they're not backing down. Like, this is what we do. Your face is going in the cake. All right.
Yeah.
So roll with it or don't.
But it's like if I had like a fear of having that happen to me that's like so serious that it's like fucking me up, I'd be like, guys, just no birthday party. Like I don't like, you can't have it both ways where it's like this thing absolutely cannot happen and I'm gonna bring it up every year, but I still do want a birthday party.
Right. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
That's right. That's right.
It's such a dumb expression. Like what else am I gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna eat it. What the fuck are we talking about?
Well, I remember like I heard because there's like that, like Marie Antoinette got decapitated or whatever in like the French Revolution, and then like her quote was like, let them eat cake, and everyone was just like, she's so out of touch, she's telling all the poor people to eat cake, where it's like, I think like in actuality she just meant like, let them eat bread, where it's like, bread's good. Like, fine.
I like bread.
Yeah, I like bread. If my queen was just like, just have them eat bread, I'd be like, thanks, Marie. That's awesome.
Right. Dude,
I actually really like bread.
I love you, Marie.
We're not going to head off.
We were thinking about it, but we're not. You asked us not to. So
when I thought you were some dumb bitch telling me to eat dessert every day, I was going to actually cut your fucking head off. But once I found out you meant normal bread,
right. I'm going to get diabetes if I listen to you, Marie. That's right. Antoinette. I don't want to get diabetes.
Yeah. How are you going to have a queen named Marie?
Antoinette.
So I do have a question for you guys that's related to this post. What is the worst birthday party experience you have ever had?
Ooh. This is a good question.
That is a good question.
Worst birthday. I've had some really good birthdays, and it sucked because like I feel like growing up, like we grew up in Rhode Island, and like we had like the best our birthday parties were always fucking lit in Rhode Island, and then we moved to Wisconsin, and we had to like kind of restart making like friends again, and those birthdays were very like we went from having like huge parties to like nothing, Yeah. To the point where like I stopped like caring about my birthday. Really, I was like, I don't really care, and I never really cared that much. But I was like, so it's not even like it's like a bad experience. It's just like not much,
Yeah, I think also just like in general. So I have like a summer birthday. So when like you're growing up, you're going through school. That kind of sucks because it's like when you're in class on your birthday, that's like the number one day. But if you got a summer birthday, it doesn't really do too much for you. But I think, yeah, I mean, I've had good birthday. I think the worst thing I remember was I had like my 5th grade birthday I had at the pool, and this kid who I didn't invite was just at the pool and was like, "Hey, can I like come in on your birthday?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like you can swim with us at the outdoor pool." And then I realized that he had a full thing of armpit hair, and I had no hairs on my armpit. And then I realized that all the other boys had more armpit hair than me, and that was pretty devastating. But other than that,
oh, I do like having like co-headlining birthdays. That was pretty annoying.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted it to all be about me, and it was about my friend.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
who got into a horrific car accident. So that's for
that's
stealing
right.
my birthday thunder, buddy.
That's right. We said your full legal name on the podcast, and you got into a horrific car
Yeah, Garrett, can you bleep that out at 5:54:40?
I do remember. So that kid, we were like over at his house when we were little, and he had like a replica of the Declaration of Independence, and he was trying to convince us that it was the real one. He was like, "My brother went in there and he stole the actual Declaration, and this is it." And it was like, "Well, it says replica on the piece of paper." It's like he put that on there to make it more believable because he doesn't want people finding out that it's real. Or it's like,
right.
Then why would you even steal it then if you're gonna like? Could you imagine if you're like, I stole it and then I made it look like a replica, and then now I can't sell it and I just have it just for myself? Just a completely unbelievable story. And then I remember he shot his BB gun at his wall in his room, and then got in big trouble. And was like, this guy's crazy. He's stealing documents. He's shooting off guns in his room.
This guy's out of
I feel like
his
I'm
mind.
in Texas.
God damn. When did I wake up in fucking Texas over here?
That's right.
Damn. Nick Cage made it so easy. That he made it look so easy to steal it, man.
Honestly, he did make it. That was a good way to do it. Waiting until it's. That's the thing. Is just like it's with all those heist movies. Just like the solution's always like we waited until it wasn't where it normally is, and then we took it. That's just always It was like, oh, we can't get the Declaration out of where it normally is, so we wait until it isn't where it normally is, and then we take it.
Right, and that's when the most people are watching it because it's not where it usually is. But
or like
it works.
Or like all the Ocean's 11 movies are basically just the twist is always just like, well, there's a lot of stuff that happened that we didn't show you earlier, and that's when all the heisting happened. Like there's that one where it's like, oh, we got foiled in our bank vault robbery, and they're like, well, we actually built an entire other bank vault the whole time while you weren't there, idiot. And that's when we did it.
Yeah, you took what we showed you at face value, you fucking idiot.
I fucking hate. I was talking to my girlfriend, but I fucking hate when people do that. And that's like the joke. Like I remember, friend of the pod, Casey Watson, was texting me like a week or so ago, and he just goes, oh, I just ate shit at this show. Like they're never gonna book me again. And I was like, oh, really? Like, was it that bad? He's like, no, I was just kidding. Like it went fine. And it was like, okay. All right.
Joke's on me.
Yeah.
You really got me. I didn't think you were lying immediately.
Or another not friend of the pod, but I remember I got a ride home in high school from one time, and he had like this like vintage like Volkswagen Bug, and he's giving me a ride home, and then he pulls over to gas. He's like, something's wrong with the car. I got to fix it up. And he goes out, gets a wrench, does a bunch of shit like under the hood, gets back in, drives me home like no problem. He's like, yeah, I'm really good with cars. Like I fixed them up all with my stepdad. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I remember like a few days after, I just like mentioned that. She was like, oh yeah, like he's really good with cars. You're like, no, he's not. He's not good with cars. Like you thought he was good with cars. I was like, yeah, I don't. He was like, yeah, he just pretends to be good at cars. I'm like, the idea of him pretending just never even entered my mind.
Well, it's not that he's like, I'm sure he really thinks that he's good at cars, but he's one of those guys that's like like it's like, oh yeah, I fixed up my car, I fixed it by myself, but you have to fix it every fucking week. There's something wrong with your car. It's like you don't know anything about cars. It breaks every fucking week.
Yeah.
Sometimes like twice a week you'll just destroy your car. Dude, he like took a bunch of like, it was like him and like a bunch of girls were like, he's trying to impress the ladies. So he's like going like 40 miles per hour down like a country road. The speed limit's like 15. He like flies off the trail. This is like in the woods, and the car just lands like on a rock, and it's just perfectly balanced on a rock like that. I mean, he almost killed like 4 girls. And then we have to
he would have like driven like off a cliff?
I mean, basically, yeah. Like if that rock wasn't there, it would have crashed into a tree. Like the rock, it landed on the rock, and then so he calls me to like ask for help, and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to help you? But I was like, I gotta see this. So like I went out there to see what was going on, and some other guy with a big truck and like a tow cable like pulls the truck out of there, but it's on a rock, so it just destroyed like the tubes under the thing. Like it's leaking like. I don't know shit about cars, and I'm not going to pretend to.
Something bad.
A bunch of fluid, just squirting everywhere. Destroyed the car. It's God, that guy's such an unbelievable fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, hope he's alive, I guess.
Yeah. He texted me the other day. I didn't answer.
That's smart. That's probably a good
I made a vow. There was one night he came to stay with me, and I'm like, I'm never talking to this guy again. This is just an absolute fucking nightmare.
No, I had a similar interaction with him.
Oh God. Well, I think that about does it for this episode of Confidently Wrong.
Folks. Guys, got any plugs? Any plugs you want to mention here?
Let's see. I did actually get on that show that I talked about last time. I hosted 4 shows or 3 shows this weekend, so that was fucking very cool.
Sick, man.
Oh wow, I have nothing booked. I've nothing booked. I gotta start reaching out to people. I gotta get on some shows. But yeah, stay up to date with Empire Comedy. I'm sure I'll be on something there. So Empire Comedy Club, follow them.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Pat?
Yeah, I have nothing. I'll be at open mics this week. I will continue to be a problem, and I will not stop being a problem. I'll be doing my Elon Musk impression at open mics this week.
Can you hit it one more time for the road?
Doge.
Doge.
Deegan does it way better, but that's a rough. Right. Anyway, Confidently Wrong is a Barn Boys media production hosted by Chris and Pat Nugeth, produced by the lovely Garrett Morris. If you'd like to support this podcast, please visit our Patreon. New episodes are going to be out every Wednesday. Thank you very much for listening. We love you. Bye-bye. Kisses.